This is the Pencast problem with the 3 investment portfolios, and for the first part, we are expected to calculate probability of return. So for stocks, we have the probability of 0.25 with a return of 12%. And then we also have 0.25 of 10%, 0.25 of 8%, and 0.25 of 6%. And then so what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the probabilities by returns, and then we add them all up. So for the first one is 0.25 times 12%, which will equal us out to 3%. And then we have 0.25 times 10%, and that will equal out to 2.5%. And we have 0.25 again for 8%, which will equal out to 2%. And then we have 0.25 times 6%, which will equal 1.5%. So then we add these all up. We have 3% plus 2%, or 2 plus 2.5% plus 2 plus 1.5%, and then that will equal out to 9%. So for stocks, that'll be a 9%. And then next we move on to bonds, and then we have a probability of 0.6 times 10%, and then we have a 0.4 for 75%. So we're going to again multiply the probabilities and multiply the probabilities by returns and then add them up. So we have 0.6 times 10 times 10%, which will equal 6%. And then we have 0.4 times 7.5%, which will equal out to 3%. And then we do 6% plus 3%, which will equal out to 9%. So for bonds, it'll also be 9%. And then next we move on to commodities. And then the probability slash return is, probability of return is 0.2 of 20%, and then 0.25 for 12%, then another 0.25 for 6%, 0.25 for 4%, and the last 0.05 for 0%. So then again multiply the probability of return, add them all up. So 0.20 times 20% will equal 4%. Then we have 0.25 times 12, which will equal 3%. Then 0.25 times 6 equals 1.5%. Then 0.25 times 4 equals 1%. And then 0.05 times 0 equals 0%. Then we add them up, which is 4 plus 3 plus 1.5 plus 1 plus 0. And that'll equal us out to 9.5%. So on the first part, to do the return, it'll be commodities, because that is 9.5, while stocks and bonds are 9%. And then for the second part, we do the risk adverse part. So for that, it is the risk adverse would be bonds over stocks, because when you get to the percentages, the lowest you can go is 7.5, while the highest you can go is 10. And for stocks, the lowest you can go is 6, while the highest is 12. So if we're going against risk adverse, bonds is better, because it'll equal out, it'll be a more risk adverse thing.